Good morning. Today is Tuesday, May 14th, I think. It's Israeli Independence Day. Yesterday was Yom Ha'atzmaut, Day of Remembrance, Sober Day. Today is Day Independence. Israel today is not 76 years old, 3,297. Almost 3,300 years ago, Moses' right-hand guy, Joshua, crossed over the Jordan and entered the land of Canaan that eventually became Israel. We continue with Tanya, and this is our book. We're now on chapter 49. It's our lesson, I believe, 79 or 80. And we keep talking about the connection, that the soul has connection with divine. And which one would you like to be? Would you like to be if you really like a certain lecture, like Einstein, if you're a physicist and you really like to listen to Einstein, would you like to you have two choices. You can sit in an audience with 1,000 more people and listen to his lectures periodically. Or, as another option, you only have a telephone line and call him anytime you want. Anytime you want. But you can't see him in person, just make a phone call. Or you have a loved one that you can see the loved one from the audience that you want to be close with. Or you can have a phone call, but you cannot have the direct connection. That is essentially the similarity, if you will, how Tanya describes the connection between people to God. It says that angels sitting, we're talking our previous 70-some lessons, angels in the world of Berea, the world next from Asiya. The word in the angels in the world of Yetzirah. They can sit in the audience and witness the light of God unobstructed, unfiltered. And we humans, sitting on the world of Asiya, with prayer, we can elevate ourselves past the world of Yetzirah into Berea before Tzilut. And we can then have not a witnessing judge, but connecting directly with God, but still through filters. The light is dimmed and filters, reduced a little bit, but it's direct connection. We're one. We're like yesterday, we talked about like a hand of God. Let's say I'm God and this is my hand. Hand is also God, but it's still, I can say, this is my hand. I become one. The hand, my organs become one. That is me. Those are the choices. So you have intense light directly to you. You're witnessing the light after death. The Jewish soul arrives at the upper worlds and it witnesses God unobstructed, but still not with God. It doesn't become one. When the soul was sent back on earth to fulfill its mission, you have to fulfill your mission. What is that mission? You have to think about it. Soul was actually separated like a spark of God. It came from God and was sent here, went into the body, fulfilled its mission, and then returned. But now it didn't go back to merge, but sitting here, it doesn't need to go back directly into the sun, into the light, so to speak. It was there. It knows how it is. It went from there. It now is sitting, resting, retired, on vacation, if you know, retired, sitting and basking in the light of God. But here on earth, that soul was able to connect and become one to complete the missing journey that it had to go through to come on earth. So another analogy, let's say, what would you like to do if there's a big weight that you want to lift? You can have a special machine, go lift this weight and move it over here somewhere. Wow, you can move this weight. You accomplish a certain task, the weight needs to be lifted. Or if you go to a gym and for a couple of years you exercise, become strong, and with your own hands you move it. When would you have a bigger sense of accomplishment? I guess you can debate it. If you're building the house, I don't need to build with my hands, you would say. But maybe it's not a good analogy. But I'm trying to get an analogy to show that when you achieve something through the struggle, it's typically more appreciated and valued than if you're just given it as a gift. So that light that you get, the Tanya refers to that as a the Tanya refers to this love, to that light, as the highlight. It calls, let me see, upper light. Yes, it calls it a great love, a chava rabbah. And the light you achieve on this world connecting. Today, we're praying to God, we're getting to get closer, we're going to the synagogue, we help other people, we're studying Torah. That is achava olam. Olam is the world, rabbah, it's a greater light. You want to really achieve both. Interestingly, so we say, how do I achieve that? We've been talking about how do you physically achieve it? Well, when I say Shema, you're in full unity. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Before we say Shema, there's two prayers, pre-Shema prayers. Two before Shema and one after. Sephardi and Ashkenazi, two branches of Judaism, if you will. Historically, so happened. Sephardi follow in their first blessing for Shema, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Mechalom, Yotzer Or, Uvarech Hoshech. Here it is. You see it? Yotzer Or creates light. That relates to that highlight. And the second blessing, Achavat Olam, Ahavtanu Adonai Eloheinu. Here I show you that too. So the first one is Or, upper lights, and the second blessing is Olam, Achavat, love, Achavat Olam, the word love. They say, we say Shema twice a day, in the morning, in the evening, and Sephardi follow that practice, both times. Kabbalists adapted that method, and Kabbalists also say the same way. Ashkenazi is modified a little bit. Ashkenazi is a debate in Talmud as of, is it really Achava Rabbah or Achava Olam? Back and forth, back and forth. One of the opinions in a debate of the sages between Rabbi Yehuda in the name of Shmuel, it's in Talmud Brachot 11b. And two opinions. One opinion it's Achavat Rabbah, Achavat Olam. Well, you can say it's splitting hair. What difference does it make? Well, it makes a huge difference. So Ashkenaz is saying, in the morning they say Or for the first blessing, and then Achavat Rabbah, not Achavat Olam. But in the evening, for the Arvit prayer, they revert to Achavat Olam. Not Achavat Rabbah, Achavat Olam. So in other words, Ashkenazi is kind of balancing. We'll follow this opinion in the morning and that opinion in the evening, before Shemas. That is well, here's a little picture I made about the light. Let's see if you can see it. You see that? One shows the angels standing here, and they receive the light, huge light, directly to them, but not united with light. And the second one, like a rope, coming from four worlds. I see Yetzirah, Beriah, and Atzilut. Here's us, and here's infinite light of God. And the rope actually connects it to the point that become one. By analogy, hand and me becoming one. So that is what blessing before Shema. So it has so practical way. So when you pray, you're gradually elevating yourself. The first prayer, you're coming to the love on this world, more practical attachments, which you achieve by working, by praying, by doing mitzvot, by studying Torah. And then the second prayer comes in. Now you have achieved this, now you get a gift. Yesterday we actually talked about it. We said, the Kabbalists adopted the latter approach. We do not say great love, because great love refers to Atzilut, the highest world. And here, in the blessings before Shema, we're still in the chambers of Beriah, lower world. Only after Shema we'll reach that, and then we can be in Achavat Olam, or Rabbah, greater one. You got the point. But yesterday we talked about this love between the You achieve love with your friends at work. You love your work. Well, you achieve it by working at least. But the love between husband and wife, and the man and wife, and men and children, is not the love that actually worked on and achieved. That's a gift. In other words, okay, here it is. The sages understood that a man's love for his wife and children is not something rational. It is something decreed by God. He spoke, and it came to be. This is the highest level. This is what before we talk. When your wife is sleeping and you're going to work early in the morning, you look at her and you have this connection. This is your wife. You love her so much. You don't think of it. You don't say that. Of course, it's nice if you say it. You give her flowers, but when she's sleeping, or the baby in the crib, when the mother is looking at the baby and she's connected to him on a higher love. So that love is granted to the human being by God. Well, to achieve that feeling in our everyday's life, Tanya teaches us the way to do it is through the hard work. Begin slowly, light the Shabbat candles, attend the synagogue, do the Torah study, do your prayers, do mitzvot, good deeds, help the community. Find your purpose in life, not only for you to eat more or to eat better, that's nice, but what do you do for other people? And when you accomplish that harmony, that is, you do it because you know that is what the right thing to do. That right thing to do, even the atheists, even agnostics that don't believe in God, many of them, very nice people who believe that's the right thing to do. But you can also call it a godly feeling. That's a feeling of God. Atheists don't call it God. They call it the right thing to do. Nature, compassion, feelings, whatever you call it. Doesn't matter what you call it, but it's also your connection to God. People who believe in God say that's God. And then through the feeling, all of a sudden, so you do it because it's the right thing to do. But once you go past the stage, then all of a sudden, God gives you the gift, and you naturally connect it without even realizing and thinking that I should do it, I should not do it. You just do it because this is how you elevated yourself to the point that God now granted you that upper love, upper connection. Well, that's the lesson for today. Again, happy anniversary, Israel. 3,297 years. Modern Israel from 1948 is 76 years, but King Saul, King David, King Solomon, and the older prophets and judges that came even 400 before the kings even created was almost 3,300 years ago. So happy anniversary, Israel. Today, we're undergoing another test. The dark side wants to destroy us, destroy the light. But slowly and slowly, as you listen to this message, that effect of listening and telling other people rekindles the light, and darkness gradually becomes dispersed. And you are witnessing that today. So the challenge for us today to find your place in that evolution, to join the light, to join it, to do what you can to become God's people. And that's our mission. And that's your mission. It's my mission. It's our mission. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.